A group of Scandinavian businessmen are hopeful of taking control of Hearts within weeks. Representatives for the consortium are in Lithuania to discuss how much it would cost to buy the club. STV News understands the negotiations could lead to Hearts' £24 million debt being wiped out. Well, for more on this, live now to Gordon Cree, who's at Tynecastle for us tonight. Gordon.
Juliet, this is a group of 4 Norwegians and 2 Swedes. They were all educated in Edinburgh and they consider themselves to be Hearts fans. Since last summer, they've been working on a bid to buy out Vladimir Romanov's shares in Hearts from his company Ubig, which of course is facing insolvency in Lithuania. STV News has learned they are now in a position to begin formal negotiations, and the group has a budget in place which would allow it to acquire Hearts without the club having any debt. At the moment, it owes around £24 million to Ubig and Ukko Bankus, which were both part of the Romanov empire. Well, all this comes on the day that Hearts held their AGM here at Tynecastle, allowing the smaller shareholders to ask questions. Among the early visitors to Tynecastle today, a senior SPL official. That just days after the league decided not to relegate Hearts. But his message, nothing to see here.
A routine visit, nothing to do with the AGM.
His appearance was followed by around 100 small shareholders in Hearts, mostly rank-and-file fans, keen for some clarity from director Sergis Feritovas.
Just want to know what the future holds for us, if they can tell us anything.
Good answers, clarification, transparency. I think that's what everybody needs.
If they could hand the club over to the fans, maybe, but I don't see that happening. I think it'll just be a formality today.
Even those who used to run the club were not optimistic.
Any hope of getting some reassurance about the future?
None.
Inside, Feritovas said £1 million through player sales and £1.5 million through a fans membership scheme would get the club through the season. He also confirmed Ubig, the investment company who own the controlling stake in the club, is considering insolvency. With details emerging of the Scandinavian bid, the man leading a fan-led takeover proposal insisted his is the best way forward.
It's a call for steady heads, and it's a call for all Hearts supporters now to just get onto the Foundation's website and make the pledge, and that will be very much the future of Heart Midlothian Football Club just now.
The meeting today did not provide Hearts fans with the clarity they crave about the future of their club. The decisions which will have a real impact on what happens here will be made not at Tynecastle, but 1,600 miles away in Lithuania. Gordon Cree, STV News, Edinburgh.
Well, now here's Keith with today's Sports Desk.
Yeah, thanks again, Juliet. Sergis Feritovas says Hearts have started talking to potential new signings as the Tynecastle club aim to finish in the top 3, he says, next season. The Lithuanian director was speaking on the day of the Hearts AGM, and as STV learned, a group of Scandinavian businessmen are hopeful of taking control of the capital club within weeks. Despite this, Feritovas says Gary Locke has been given a budget by the current Gorgie powerbrokers.